Last year, at this time exactly, we were moving factories. We moved from a factory that was 2,000 square meters to a state-of-the-art, actually, production unit of 6,000 square meters. It was not only the size that changed, but it was the mentality, it was the essence. For us, it was the end of an era. It was a family workshop that came to be a business of today. There was little alignment in the company, and in my disappointment, my colleagues chose to cover up things instead of bringing issues forward. That was my first actual experience of what is corporate disconnect. Said that the fault lies in the management, in the CEO, and that is me, and that is very true. So what did we do? Every single person who works at our organization, that's 110 people, we had a coffee break that lasted for an hour. I was very honest. I was very clear that the company expects from them good character, accountability, and productivity. I explained in detail why and how things went wrong. How did we lose that 500,000? It was in the supply, it was in the production, it was everywhere. I gave them access to everyone. Numbers, information, KPIs, P&Ls, information that up to today, it was only for the senior management. It was just 8 people. Secondly, we established monthly celebrations of what we achieve, linking KPIs to each and every single employee of the company to work on my responsibility and my faults. So I analyzed it as a case study to succeed. What I need thus from myself and my people is not perfection. I need my people to give this brand the best that they have got to offer. I need them to understand and feel that we are a part of a whole. We need to work with dignity, with integrity, with compassion, with honesty, with commitment, with transparency, with persistence, with kindness, and I want us to work with love.
Till now, how to manage expectations in a volatile market. In times of crisis, as well as in times of growth, a corporate culture is not a gimmick. It is really a tool that gives you the resources or the methods to address your problems. What is the culture of Pernod Ricard? It's 3 values: entrepreneurial spirit, mutual trust, and a strong sense of ethics, which is very important in a business such as ours, which can raise difficult questions. These 3 values are applied through a way of working, which is the decentralization, which is of course key when you want to develop the entrepreneurial spirits, and also obviously cannot work through mutual trust, without mutual trust. Decentralization doesn't mean everybody does everything in its own market, but it means that responsibility is delegated at the closest level to the market, to the consumer actually. And finally, it is a behavior, and this is very important, which is conviviality. Conviviality doesn't mean we love to gather together and have a drink, which we do, obviously, but it means that everything is done in a spirit of trust. Issues are honestly addressed, and I guess it goes back to what you just said. Nothing is ever personal as long as things are honestly dealt with and in a straightforward way. And we summarize this through an expression which we refuse to translate. It's créateurs de convivialité, which means creators of conviviality. It's the vision of the group. To your values, because they're here for a reason. Have tools prepared. Think out of the box.
A couple of years ago, I found myself in a very difficult situation, both on personal point of view, also professional. I was going through a divorce, and at the same time, I had to do a huge restructuring in my company. The first realization was that I needed to become a better listener. Recently, I realized that we need to listen to our inner voice, the voice of the heart, because this voice knows very, very well what is good for us. The second realization was just the fact that I need to be outstanding. Making this choice to do things in a different way requires you to do them with exceptional, outstanding quality. Of course, for me is my favorite English word. Energy and positive attitude are the key factors for any change. Remove from my life all the negative aspects, negative people, poisonous ideas, thoughts, even the toxins from my body. I became a vegetarian a year ago. In businesses, unfortunately, we learn that emotions are weaknesses. I found my strength in my emotions. That for me, all we need is love. Being in passionate love with what we do, our work, our family, our friends, ourselves, is the key to the success.
The topic I want to talk about now is about change and decision making. So we said what I felt, what I saw at that period is that a lot of people coming to my office for decisions, even the small ones. That was happening because nobody wanted to take the responsibility to make a decision that in a week things will be completely different and it will create a lot of problems to the business. So I felt the fear to people taking decisions. So I said, this is not going to work. We need to work differently. Otherwise, things will not move forward. Believe it or not, group is helping sometimes the OEUs. So they launched a new business planning process. So this business planning process was really helpful for us because everybody, all the young people in the organization, take over the responsibility of the implementation of this business planning process and started to put things in order and try, after 6 months of continuous working and continuous cycles, because it's a monthly process with meetings specific in our agenda for the whole year, started working and delivering results. At the same time, in parallel, we created a development program for different levels of the organization, from managers, from junior managers, or even for entry to the business employees. I would say that working these two together, working the soft skills area mainly here, and at the same time working in a very disciplined process throughout the departments of the organization, was creating a very dynamic mix, bringing very fast people from lower levels with high talented people upwards to the organization, taking serious decisions every day, and make my life easier. Don't afraid people take decisions if you give them the right tools and support them with development programs that can make them up to the level to take decisions every day. Okay?
Say Rokas company used to be family-owned, very traditional. It's bought by Iberdrola Utility. It's 100% owned by a multinational, very structured. And what it happens when crisis comes, and it depends, every crisis, not only the financial crisis of Greece now, but every crisis can be a triggering effect of doing things wrong. And you have to train yourself in a way, train yourself and coach yourself in a way that in severe crisis, in moments of severe crisis, you have to be focused. The times are coming in order to problem solving. For problems, you need to think rationally. And that I learned through my coaching, through my training, for two aspects. Open-minded, this is the rational part, and be real, which is the emotional part. You have to combine. I have to combine these two facets in my business life. And how do I conduct that? How do I communicate that? Well, this I take from my adolescence music. This vinyl album covers. I have to speak less, and I have to listen more.
1988, I had the opportunity to launch Focus Bari, a media and market research agency. My major capital was my hard work. The human element has always been my priority. For me, people are above everything. And when I say people, I mean our employees, our interviewers, our business partners, our clients, our respondents, the industry, the community, everyone. My primary values include honesty, integrity, consistency, and offering. Up to 2010, Focus Bari enjoyed continuous growth. The crisis slapped us hard across the face, not just once, but repeatedly, and from different sources and directions. In 2011 and 12, we were in the red for the first time in our history, and there were moments when I was really faced with despair. However, we found strength and courage from within, and by the end of 2012, we entered a new era. The turnaround happened in 2013 with a new, revised, optimistic business plan. We celebrated our 25th birthday with a fantastic event. Major lesson learned, our tagline, people, inspiration, creativity. Once more, we realized that people are above everything and that our power always comes from within.
How a personal event can affect your life. I was for skiing, and of course what happened, a single second changed my life. 6 months out of the office. My first decision, get digital. Change the entire structure as to work from home or where you are, digital. Get your succession right. Find your successor. Easily said, very difficult done. Why? What is your successor? What he should represent? What are the values of the company who should take care? What am I, which I want to train, to learn him? What are my values? What is my spirit? What is my animus? Values, that's real values, not the values of somebody else from our headquarters saying that, oh, we are trustful. Am I trustful? Do I want my successor to be trustful? Through my leg down, I had a lot of time to read, went back to Plutarchus V. Paralleli, and all of a sudden you see what the real focus of humanity is. And business is part of humanity. We are here to serve people. And of course, as I said, I'm restless. I could not stay there. When I saw all these values, excellent ideas, philosophy and things like that, all of a sudden I said, and why we do not sell it as Greeks, these great values which we have, to the world? So a new site is done, a new business proposal of mine, and this is my child, made for gods with us. We have with them. What is our lamp? And that is the experience. We heard a lot about the experience which you have in the headquarters. We heard about a lot of procedures, a lot of the people, but I think the true experience is us. What is our lamp which we carry with us? And that comes back to the